8:14, welcome back. The family of a man shot by an ICE officer is demanding a full independent investigation as vigils were held yesterday calling for answers. Lorenzo Salgado Araujo was driving to a construction job on Monday in Houston. Federal agents say that he ignored commands, tried to ram an agent with his car. They eventually shot him. The League of United Latin American Citizens offering a $5,000 reward now for any information related to the incident. Joining us now, our chief legal analyst, Kelly Rhodes. Let's take a look at this. I mean, this is any kind of time you have someone that's been injured or dead when you've got ICE going on. This is already a boiling point type of issue all around the country. When you look at this this case, what jumps out to you here?
Sad, disturbed. That's the best way I can describe this. I've often said this in criminal cases, specifically my homicide trials, when speaking to the jury, because I want to make sure I let them know that I'm still human, that I can see what happened and understand, attempt to understand what folks are going through. There's not a dry eye in the room listening to his son testify. Let's be clear. His son at that press conference yesterday would have had everyone in tears. I watched it, I listened, and it was hard to hear. Talking about his father's last words are, "Help me, they shot me." Yeah, they're asking for an independent investigation because ICE officers say that he tried to he weaponized his car and attempted to ram into them during the stop. The family and other individuals that were there say that he had an unmarked vehicle trying to pull over individuals. They have no idea who it is, and he's trying to just drive. This individual's been here for, or I should say, been working that same type of job, building homes in the Houston area, hundreds of homes for almost 40 plus years. And so it was sad to hear his son talk about that process. And it puts me in the mindset of being in my trial prep and trial jury instructions, just listening to myself talk to them, recognizing that a person is gone, regardless of what side I am on. You have to recognize that. And the son yesterday was, during that press briefing, was extremely hard to hear.
So as you try to set emotion aside, which is difficult, and you pull out that empty legal pad, what are the first questions that you're asking when you're trying to piece this case together? Are you looking for recordings of the interaction between the ICE officer and this man, hearing what's going on, seeing if he had cause to fire?
Yeah, so I remember when I used to do, I'll circle to get to your answer. I remember when I started doing advertising for my firm, and I was, talking about like how can people, find my services and what can I offer to them. And I remember looking at this Apple video, and they talked about why Steve Jobs was successful, and he talked about the why. Find out the why, and then that will help people come to you. And so you're asked, what would I write down on a notepad? Why? Why did this happen? Remember, being in this country as an illegal, undocumented individual, the mere presence of being here is not a criminal offense, not at all. And so how do you go, and why do we go from attempting to arrest, attempting to stop, to death? And so they're not say, well, why did it happen? And then I'd ask how. Show me a video, show me what occurred. I want to see the how and the why before I'm able to now piece together exactly what happened. That's why the family's asking for some independent investigation, so that you can say, okay, you've told me, ICE, what you believe happened that day, but show me what happened. Show me the video. Show me some type of record account of supporting what you said occurred that day. Because if now he's attempting to run you off the road, then now you're not talking about just, mere presence. Now you're talking about threatening, or, in North Carolina specifically, that would be, assault with a deadly weapon. You now turns your vehicle into a deadly weapon. Well, I want to see that on video. I want to see you showing me this individual not trying to pull over, not trying to just, stop from stopping the vehicle, but using his car to harm, imminently danger an individual, specifically an ICE officer.
Well, again, even when justice is served in a case like this, at the end, wherever the fingers point, it's still sad. Someone still lost their life, and so you still hate that regardless. So, all right, Khalif, thank you so much. Final topic with Khalif coming up at 9 o'clock.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.